Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. We're just getting some eggs loaded up here. We are going to head down and get these sold. I've been sitting here for a little bit now, and I did say a couple of episodes ago we would go and get them sold. Now we need to go to Granny's Island. I haven't been to Granny's Island before, so we're going to go for a little bit of an explore and find out how to get there. I don't think there's a road. I think we have to cross a little suspension bridge or something like that, so it might take a wee while to carry these all across. So at least they're in cartons and we're not having to do them individually, carry a few more at one time. So I'm just going to get these loaded up here and we head on down to do that. Now what have we got planned today? Well, lots more work. We are going to carry on with getting our fields all ploughed and created, so we're going to have to get some lime spread on those. We are going to try and get some planting done, and I have got a plan for the fields, what we're going to put in each. I think we might put grass in the field down here by the cows, and the one over the other side by the sawmill we will use as a crop field, arable field, to make some money off. I think we will be better off doing that and making some money that way rather than trying to have two fields of grass. I think just for the fact we're going to use the silage and hay for animal feed, we don't need a big amount to do that. So here we go. Now we do have a few trees to cut down there as well to get that done. I'm also going to cut down a few trees in here. I think 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to get another shed put up along here, just because we are running out of space fast around our main shed and we've got equipment all over the place. So I think it'd be nice to have another storage area in here, some covered space, put all our things in and keep them nice and tidy. So lots and lots of things planned, and of course if we get through all of that, we're even going to have some time to get into some harvesting. So we do have our crop down here, barley, oats, one or the other, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we do have that ready to harvest as well. So depending how we go, we could get down and do that too, but without that we still do have plenty of things to carry on with here on the farm. We have got a helper who will be here soon. Hopefully by the time we've been down and sold these and back, he will be here as well. So we'll go down, we'll see you down at Granny's Island, go and get these sold, see how much money we can make off these eggs. Not even sure how much we've got here. Must be 600 litres in each, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8 bags. There's probably about 5,000 litres there. So we'll see how much we can earn, and then we'll be back to get into the farm week proper. So we'll see you in just a little while. We're just arriving down here in the town. Now I think if we take one of these streets here to the right and head over this way, and I think over just behind this house is Granny's Island. Let's have a look over there. There it is. I'm gonna just sneak across the grass here. We won't annoy any of the locals, but I think we have to head over the bridge here to get to Granny's Island. There you go, you can see a cottage, a little bit like ours actually. We'll just turn the truck off there. I'm going to take one of these cartons, go and see if we can get it over there and how much we might earn from selling. So it's carefully carried over here. I don't want to drop any eggs into the water. Head on over the bridge and up here to the house. But this is a nice little spot actually. Here we go, dropped it just as we got to the end. Somewhere up here, I believe there's a sell point. But whether it is inside the house, we'll knock and see if there's anyone home. No one home, but let's just pop in there. Have a look. Must be Granny. 83rd birthday. She's doing very well, and in fact, see the markings there. That must be our sell point. So let's just grab the eggs, bring them in, get them through the door. There we go. Let's see if we put those up there. Here we are. We're getting those sold. Well, didn't sell them all. Let's hold that up there. So what's that? $2,276. So let's go and get the other 8, because that's going to be a decent amount of income. We started off at what were we, 91,000 or so. So we'll head down, get the rest of these into there, and we'll see how much money we end up with in total. And here is the last carton. It's the last few we had there that were loose. Put it in a box, we carried them up. So $110,743. I think that must mean we were close to $20,000 off that. That is not a bad deal. The plane flying over there. I don't know how many times I've heard that plane. I haven't actually seen it. There it is for the first time. Good to know. I thought I was going crazy. Always heard it, never saw it. So that is fantastic. Another 20 grand in the bank account. Great way to start. So let's hop back up here. We'll get this all loaded up and strapped on, and then we'll be heading back to the farm. I've been trying to think if there's anything we need to go to the shop to buy. I don't think there is for today, so we will just jump in the truck and head on back down to the yard. There's a different view driving in here now without all those trees along there. It really opens up the farm, particularly driving back in like that. I do like it. I'm pleased we've done that actually. It does make that field a much nicer size. So we'll just pull in here and get things unloaded. You might have just seen, it looks like our helper's here for the day. So we'll go down and say hello to him in just a second, but we'll get these unloaded first. So a very warm welcome to Spectacle Island today to Nick Stegman. Now Nick is a channel member with us here. He has been a big supporter for the channel for a very long time. He was also the driving force behind the tornado fundraiser we did in late 2020, I think it was now. Gosh, that feels like a long time ago. But great to have Nick here. Welcome along, buddy. Nice to see you, and great to have you here on the farm. Hope you don't mind ploughing, because we've got a fair bit of that still to do. So I thought we'd get you set up here in the Deutz, head over to the grass field I outlined last time, and get you started ploughing there. I'll come over with the spreader and get some lime spread on that very soon. So let's get going, mate. We'll see you over there. Alright, there goes Nick. He is on his way over there. We'll jump into the truck and take that over. We'll get him set up, and we'll come back and pick up the spreader. We need to get the wheel loader over there as well to be able to load the truck up. To load the spreader up, sorry. I don't think we'll have quite enough lime to do that in the spreader, do the one field. So we'll see anyhow. We'll get over there and get things set up. But he is on his way, which is good. Well, I'd like to say that was speedy work, Nick, but I must be getting old. My memory had completely failed me. I'd already ploughed this. We did this last time. So we're going to have to get you set up over in the other field ploughing that. But before we can start, we've got to get some logs out of the way. So we still need the truck here. We need to spread lime on this field. In fact, I wonder if we set you up spreading lime. Maybe you can make a start here on the lime while I go and try and sort out the other field. So perhaps we'll leave the truck here. If you want to come back with me in the tractor, and we'll bring the spreader over here, get you going, and I'll start sorting out those trees. Not a good start, is it though? Gosh, must be getting old. Alright, so we've managed to swap over there, Nick in front of us with the vent and the spreader, and we've bring the wheel loader down. Now that does also hamper things a little bit more, because I can't use the log forks while the wheel loader's down here with the lime. That's right, we might put the winch on the back of the joints, and we can use that to pull the logs out of the way, so at least once Nick's finished down here with the spreading, he can come back and make a start on some ploughing. So, not quite the organised ideal start I had hoped we would have had today, but not to worry, we will get back into the swing of things and back on task. So we'll see you down in the field once we've got Nick underway. Alright, so we're down here, field number 5, we have called this. It's technically field number 4, I suppose, because we've merged 1 and 2. But just to keep our numbering going on, we will call this number 5. So we've generated the course there for Nick, so should be nothing left to do but to jump back into here, tell him to start off at the first waypoint, and get him off on his way. So there we go. Nick is off and spreading some lime here in this field. It's not going to take too long at all. He should get this done pretty quick, but we're going to leave him here, see if he runs out of lime. We might have to come back down and fill him up, but I want to get back and get some logs cut down so we can make a start on the ploughing in the other field. So we'll shoot down to the farm and get that done. So we've got ourselves hooked up with the Deutz and the winch, the Taj Fun winch here, and we'll head on over this way and go and make a start on cutting these trees down. Now I guess I only need to pull them far enough out of the way that we can get this field ploughed, even if they're sitting in the edge of the cow pasture here. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, so we could even pull them up just up out of there. So we're going to jump in, we will race around and get these cut down, and hopefully won't take us too long, and be able to get Nick here soon and back to some ploughing. And there we go, we didn't actually get very far with the lime, and we've already got a notification that he needs to be refilled, so we'll have to shoot down and do that and get him back underway, and then we'll be able to make a start here cutting these trees down. So we'll go and do that and be back here. So he hasn't even made it once around the field, which is a bit surprising actually. I thought we might have. We just jump in here. Now, how much does that take? It takes about 1,000 litres. So I think if we just tell this to unload about 1,000 litres, get it down to just over 2,000. There we go. that should be enough. We'll turn that off and jump in here. We'll get the bucket filled up and go and throw this into the back of the spreader. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep them going. Go 1206 litres. Let's go and see if we can get this loaded up, and whether Nick will then take off and keep going. Alright, there we go. We're getting the spreader filled up. We're going to take it all. We'll take it all. There we go. Nick has already turned it on. He's getting us nice and covered in lime and back underway. So that should keep him going, hopefully for a little bit longer. Hopefully for long enough that we can get down and make a start and get some trees cut down. But if not, doesn't matter. We will let him just hang around and wait for a little bit while we get done. But let's go back down there to the field and get some trees cut. Alright, first tree. Let's get the axe out, get the chainsaw out there. Get that cut down. Be able to get rid of the stump. Take all the limbs off the tree. And then we should be able to hook it up to the chain. There we go. All delimbed. Now I think if we come and stand next to here, we should be able to press B, and there we are. Winch is attached. So let's start driving around. We'll go and park up reasonably close to this tree, and hopefully be able to add that one on as well. And then, in fact, that swung around quite nicely. Then at least if we can get those two out of the way at the same time, we'll pull those all over and go and get the other ones on the other side. Alright, first 4 trees there, so that's cleared out that end of the field. Let's get these up a little bit tighter. And when we pull them up and out of the way over here, they're not going to drag as far behind the tractor. We'll do want to swing around a little bit, but that's okay. If we just pull them up, I think over to here, look at that. Nick needs a refill again. He is going to keep us busy. There we go. We can disconnect the chain, and I think if we just lower the winch down, we'll just try and tidy these up just a little bit. Make them a nice neat stack. There we go. I think if we push it around on the other side, get it out of the way of the cows, and that should be in a pretty good spot to be able to come in and load up and out with the truck when we get a chance. Perfect. Alright, well, I think Nick's going to be finished pretty quick there once we go over and refill him. So I'm just going to carry on here for a minute, get all these trees out of the way, and then we'll go over and sort out the spreader. So just our last tree there is going timber. We'll get this stump ground out, get all the limbs cut off, and then we should just need to hook up the winch to the 3 logs we've got here. We've got everything else is all collected and out of the way. So I think hook up to the one over here, and then we should be able to pull this up close and get these other 2 connected as well. All 3 logs hooked up there, we'll just get them winched up a little bit closer and pull them over and add them to the pile. Here we go. Got quite a decent load of logs here. At least they're out of the way, we don't have to worry about taking them to the sawmill now, but we're certainly not going to want to leave them there for too long. Done that before. Be able to disconnect that there, slow this down a little bit, push those back. We'll get them all piled up there, hopefully without running over any of the cows. Inquisitive creatures, they've come over to have a look, see what we're doing. There we go, back that up in there, push that up, perfect. Now they will be all ready to take out at some stage, and I think, scanning around, that is this area clear, so we can now go and hook the plough back up. We can go and get Nick topped up so he can finish spreading that field, and then we can come back down here and make a start ploughing this one. Well, would you look at how close he was to getting finished. We just needed to put a few 100 litres extra lime in last time, so we've dumped the whole lot out. I know it probably won't all fit into the spreader, but at least it's all out of the truck. I'm just trying to figure out now whether we need to take the truck down to the lime mine and pick up another load. It might be a prudent thing to do at this stage. But let's just get this tipped in here. We'll get Nick finished off, and then we will head back down to the yard. And there we have the spreader is all full, and we should get a little notification in a second to say Nick's done. And there it is, reached the end point. So with that all sorted, let's go and get him heading back down to the yard. So there we are, Nick is underway over here with the ploughing. Now that seems to be working quite well. We had to obviously set up a new course, and it actually scanned. It was good, it was able to scan what I've already done, so that became the new field edge. Is actually just clipping a little bit, so we've ended up quite close here on this tree, but that's right, we can tidy that up. So we're going to leave Nick here. He can run around to do this headland once again and then get into the middle of the fields. So we're a little bit away from being here to lime this, but what I'm going to go do is cut down a few more trees, because I haven't cut down enough already today, and we're going to go get our new shed built. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because these trees in here are pretty tall, so I'm going to have to make sure I fall these the correct way, and then we might have to get the wheel loader to come and pull them out of the way. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll get rid of this one in between because we don't want that in the way. So let's get these cut down and tidied up. Well, we managed to get those all cut down without landing on any sheds or anything like that. They're big long logs. Forgot how tall some of these trees are. And I've cut them up to length already, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab the truck. We'll put the logging bed on the back of that, and then we will grab the loader and we'll put the log fork on and go and get these picked up and moved out of the way. Now, I need to go get the truck. I wonder if we go get the lime in it now. I'm pretty confident. Let's just have a look at the size of the field actually. There you go, you can see the field starting to appear as Nick is working his way around it. It's about, is it about the same size as the other one? It might even be a little bit less. I reckon I'm going to gamble on not needing any more lime. If we do, we can go down and get some later, but I want to focus on getting these things done. So I'll go grab the truck and we'll come over here and get these logs loaded out of the way. So we've got the loader and truck here. Let's try and get some of these logs loaded up. I'm not even sure if I've cut them to a good length or not. Oh, that one doesn't look too bad, just looking at where I'm picking it up from. How long it's going to be. These logs, of course, are quite big at the bottom end. Quite a good girth on them. So we'll try and put these up here in the bottom of the trailer. Oh, just clipping that there. There we go. And then we'll put some of the smaller pieces up on top. So I'll just get this done and we'll see you once we've got the truck fully loaded. Alright, last piece to get on here. I don't know if I'm going to fit this or not. It's an offcut from one that was a little bit too long to fit on. I wonder, I'm going to try something. I can just put it in here and possibly see if we can let it go, and we might just jump off and strap it up. See if that strap will hold it. There we go. See, walk away gently. There we go. We look like we've got everything on. So we'll just get this out of the way, and then we'll run down to the sawmill and go and get it sold. See how much we make. We might even make enough off of those 4 trees to pay for the shed. We'll have to wait and see, but we'll just park that there, leave it there for now, and head on down to the sawmill. Well, I think we're pushing the limits of what we can ship on this trailer. Not even sure how that one log is hanging on there, but it has made it. So let's go and see what we can make off these. Then here we go, $15,500. That is awesome. 4 trees, cut down 15.5 grand. We're I wouldn't say we're creaming it, but we're doing pretty well at the moment. So let's head on back up to the farm. You can see there that Nick has finished the ploughing, so we'll go and check on how he has got on there. Take the lime spreader over, and we might spread some lime on that, and then what will next be? We'll be able to make a start on some planting, and I want to get that shed built. So let's get back down there and take care of those things. Oh, look at that. That is a pretty sweet looking field. Done a great job here, Nick. This is good. Very good. Don't know how we're going to go against the edge here. Particularly as the plan is to turn this into a permanent grass field. One that we alternate between silage and hay as and when we need those. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I am going to get in here. We're going to run around with the spreader. Feel like we've been doing a whole lot of odd jobs all day so far. So for once, we're going to hop in here and do something a little bit more practical. Then we're going to go get that shed put up, and then we'll make a start on getting some planting underway. Well, we're going to go pretty close here on our lime. but I think our gamble of not going down and buying any more, or getting any more from the lime mine, is going to pay off. We are going to pretty much use it up here, and there's still 500 or so litres up in the bucket, but there we go, all done. And that is a great field. I quite like that one running around the back here. It's quite a nice, it's not quite even, but it is very close to it. So we just have a look on the map there. So there we go, that is our field here we've just been working in, and obviously our other one over here, which we will plant. So the idea, we'll plant some grass up in here, and I think we might put some more soybeans in this one as well. So when it's time to harvest the ones we planted last time, they'll be about good to go at the same time. So there we go, that is the plan. But for now, let's head back over to the yard. We'll meet Nick over there as well, and we'll get some planters hooked up. And I'm going to take a minute, and we're going to build our new shed, going right here alongside the other hay barn. So we're going to leave Nick to sort the planters out, get those all hooked up, filled up with some seed, but we're going to come over here and get this new shed built. So let's jump into the build menu and look at what we're going to choose. We've got an assortment of sheds that we have got installed at the moment, right through from Milk Mountain ones, AJ Tech, a whole lot of different ones. I've chosen to go with Missy B's farming solution and go with her vehicle shed here. It seems to fit in very, very well. Now we'll just get into the right position over here where we want to build it. Let's go and have a look how it's going to fit. The idea, we rotate it around here, it pretty much lines up with the size of the hay barn, so we'll just get that as close as we can. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now in terms of height, I want to try and keep it out of the ground a little bit down the other end here, try and get it around the same height, but not too far out of the ground, or it's going to build it up down this end. But I think, for me, that's looking pretty good right there. We move it a little bit closer down towards this one. Does just need to rotate just a little bit more as well. There we go, that might be better. In fact, if I can try and square it up on the posts, yeah, that's looking pretty close to being in exactly the right spot. So we'll just leave a little bit of a gap. Spin around here and see how it's looking at the other end. That's looking pretty good. Needs to go back forward a little bit. So we're right at that end. I think if we just try and set it up at this end off the shed. There we go, good at the front, pretty good there at the back. Oops, rotated it again. I think that is about as good as it's going to get. So let's place that and go and have a look. Alright, well we've got a little bit of landscaping to do here. That has actually cut the ground down a bit more than I thought it was going to. It is level here at this end though. So let's have a little bit of a play around with that. With this levels, we'll just smooth this all out and make it just a little bit more palatable. It's quite a lot lower than I expected. Not quite ideal, but it'll be fine. We'll manage to tidy that up. Well, that's a little bit different to what I was expecting, but that is tidied up quite nicely. A little bit of landscaping to do along the front here to get rid of that grass and tidy that up. But there we go. That is very nice. A little bit of a gap there, which is fine. But that will be a good storage shed. As for the chickens, we've still got access up here where we need to get to for the feed. And we can bring our eggs. In fact, we can just about load off here and put them onto the trailer off the edge of this bank. So it's not too bad at all. As long as we can maneuver any equipment in and out of that, we will be just fine. So I'm just going to very quickly go through and just tidy up that bit of grass, and then we should be able to go and make a start on some planting. Nick should be all ready for us. Well, there we are. Nick is all ready to get started planting. Looks like he wants to do the grass, which is fine. We can go and let him do that, and we will take the other planter over to tackle the soybeans. So we'll go and get him set up first, and then we'll get underway over on the other side. There we are, we have got Nick all set up and underway. I'm a little bit concerned about this tree here. Is it going to be a problem? It's just there for a little bit, but that's right. We can work around it. Or we'll cut it down, who knows. We'll figure one or the other out. But we're underway and planting. So we've got him running around 5 times. We have just bumped the width down a little bit to try and get it to work a little bit better than it did in the last field. Remember, it didn't quite overlap properly, so we'll leave him here, let him carry on going. He's getting his grass planted, and we'll come back and check on him in just a little while. So we don't actually have full seed, we've only got 280 litres. I'm not sure how far that's going to go in that other field. We'll go and give it a try. We don't have any more to put in, we've used up all that is in the mixer, so we do really need to get some more up and mixing. We've got enough fertiliser. In fact we shouldn't really need fertiliser, because having been a grass field, it should be fully fertilised already, apart from any stray spots in the middle which might have bushes or where we didn't quite mow to. So let's get down there and make a start. Nick is underway on the grass field. We might have to go around the edge of it again though. I did notice that it seemed to not be going quite as close to the edge as the plough did, so we'll keep an eye on that on the map and see if we might need some adjustments or tweaking at some stage. But let's go down and get this field planted, and be good to get all these crops in the ground and set us up very nicely for getting into some harvesting next time. So here we are. Let's pull into the field a little bit. We'll get the planter there unfolded. We've got it set on soybeans already, so we'll just turn that on, lower it down and make it start running around here. There we go, that is that's going alright. Perfect. So, there's not much else left to do. We haven't had a chance to really do a proper time lapse or anything like that today, so I think let's jump into a little time lapse of getting this field planted and get as much of it done as we can before we run out of seed or we finish the field, whichever comes first. Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that the seed has been plummeting rapidly. I realised after just one lap of the headlands that we weren't going to make the whole field without a refill, so we'll just keep going here, get these last couple of litres out, and then we're going to have to head back to the farm. Here we are, all empty, and go and get some seed made so we can carry on. It'll be interesting actually to see how much seed Nick has used up, because there's a possibility we can plant soybeans with the seeder as well as the planter, that he could come down and do some of the field as well. So we'll go and check on him, but first things first, go and get some more grain put into the mixer so we can get some more seed made. So we've just grabbed some corn out of the silo. It's our highest yielding crop, so I think in terms of a cash return it's probably the best one to use. Doesn't return us as much as some of the other crops do. So there we go, we'll get that tipped into there. All seems to be working. Oh, too much. Okay, we'll tidy that up. There we are, let's go and have a look. The mixer's running, so what have we got in there? We are 746 litres of seed made, so we need another 250 litres or so to be able to get another pallet of seed out of that. So we'll just park this back here because I would like to keep that running for a little bit longer. Although we're not going to need seed for a while, we might as well keep it producing. And just while we're waiting for that to keep mixing, we'll go over and see what Nick's up to. A few little bits and pieces missed on the corners, as you would expect. You can see the difference between where we'd mown and got the fertiliser and where we ploughed up grass that hadn't been mown. So he will be applying a little bit of fertiliser, but he's actually making good progress. He doesn't have much left to go in here at all. Wonder how much seed he has got in the planter still. We've just jumped in here with Nick, 624 litres. He's actually got quite a lot. And obviously, grass does not use up much seed compared to soybeans, which is good. And does mean, potentially, once he's finished here, he could come over and help. I do want him to run around the corners and tidy up some of those areas. Obviously, being grass, we won't be reseeding this that often. And obviously go around the edges as well to tidy that up as well. So we'll leave him going here. We'll go over and see how our seed's going and get back over to planting some soybeans. Nick, what are you doing, mate? We've had our first little mishap. I got the notification to say that the tractor was slipping, and for whatever reason, Nick has ended up all the way down here. I can't even tell where he would have been to drive down there, mate. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but at least it's not in the water. That is the best thing I can say. So we'll recover this and get up and tidy up those areas. We do want to go over. We have got our seed all spawned and ready to go, so we can go make a start back on the soybeans. But let's go and fix this little situation up and finish off the grass field. So we've just gone around helping Nick tidy up the edge of this field, get rid of all that lime that was lying around there, and just generally make it a bit neater in the corners. So that was good. Just one little piece over here in the middle that I want to pick up and get done as well, and that is this field all planted, which is perfect. There we go, done. We can turn that off. Now we could switch to soybeans. It is an option there, but I think by the time we've set up a horseplay course and tried to get him running on that, where it's not going to get in the way of what we're doing, I think we're probably going to be better off just carrying on ourselves with the other planter and the Deutz and getting it done. So we'll go and park up here and let Nick tidy things up. Might even give the tractor and planter a wash for us while we're down there. But let's go and carry on planting soybeans down in the other field now. Alright, back down here we've got the planter unfolded. We don't have that much left to do actually. Would have probably been a bit overkill to bring Nick down here to help us. Obviously would have got things done quicker, and I'm just going to turn the lights on there because we are getting closer to that magic twilight hour. But we'll carry on here. We'll jump back into that time lapse and get this field finished off because I do want to get it done, and that will be a wonderful spot to wrap up this episode. So we'll see you probably back at the yard once we're all done here. Well, there we are. We are just about all finished. A little bit of a wider part down the end here. We'll have to back up and get all that done. We won't get it in one pass, I don't think. But we would have had to fill up with seed regardless. We've used 55% of a tank, and I think we came down with 60% before, so about 110% we wouldn't have quite got through. But there we are, all done, which is fantastic. Let's just take a quick look at the map. So you can see we've got this planted here. Now, it doesn't show up the grass planted, for whatever reason that is, but we've definitely got it there. See, the grass doesn't show it up very well, but we do have the field there now, which is good. It's got a field definition, it's got a field edge. You can see it there with the fertilizer and everything like that. This field now, all ready to go. That field's ready to harvest. Both of these actually need more fertilizer on them. And there's our telling line of where Nick went. He must have carried on driving through there, so I hope he hasn't overseeded that, but it has applied some fertilizer. But we should be trying to get some fertilizer on those two fields next time to make sure we give them every chance of success. But let's head on back down to the yard. We'll pack things up and we'll say our farewells to Nick. Well, we're back over here at the yard. Looks like Nick has had a tidy up. We've got the truck parked down there in the shed. It's nice. He's put the tractor and all the tractors in there, the wheel loader and everything like that. We do have rain forecast, so it's really good of him. There he is waiting for us to get back here. So we'll just get this backed in here as well so it is out of the rain. And leave that there for now. And go have a chat to Nick. Well, Nick, thank you very much for your hard work today. Appreciate your efforts getting that field planted. Not quite sure where you went, whether you fell asleep at the wheel or what happened. Went for a little bit of a tiki tour, but that's alright. No damage done and easy to recover from. So thank you. Been a pleasure to have you here, and hope all goes well with you. For those watching, go and check out Nick's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link for it down in the description. Stig, go and take a look at what he's doing over there. But Nick, great to have you here. I appreciate all your support for the channel and having you here today. I'm gonna have to figure out though how to get you onto the honours board. We might have to stretch it, make it a bit wider or a bit longer or something like that, just to get that extra line on there. So there we go. So another busy day. Now we've still got plenty to do. We've got a crop to harvest. We've got to get some fertilizer on a couple of fields here, and a little bit of fertilizer down on the grass. And other than that, we've got some logs to load up and sell as well. So plenty of things keep us going here on Spectacle Island. So I hope you've all enjoyed that episode. If you want to be my helper next week, make sure you leave a comment down below, and see if we can get you here to give us a hand. But as always, thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.